Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast on this Saturday, man. Y'all smash that like button, sub up to the channel if you haven't done so already. Of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I do is make content about sneakers, occasional try-on hauls, and y'all know we got Music Monday. Y'all see the topic, man. Definitely sign up for that Sold Out Discord. The link is pinned at the top of the chat, and it's free to sign up whenever I'm not actually in the comment section or putting content out. You could probably get to me faster there. Y'all see the topic, but I'm gonna let my homie go and do his proper introductions.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great Saturday. I see that the drops are starting to, roll out now for the sneakers. Well, what about midway through January? Nothing too major yet, honestly. So I mean, but shouts to the people who have been picking up and who were able to cop some of the things that have been dropping here in the early part of the year. So hope you enjoy those purchases, and let's see what else we got to come.
Most definitely. It is always slow at the beginning of the year, and that's normal. Um, Probably one of the hardest things to do is probably put out content during the slow months, especially in the beginning. But I think Nike and everybody do that as we all deserve a little bit of a recoup moment. I think because
Oh yeah,
holiday season really be popping off. So um,
yeah.
usually, normally we don't see a real drop that everybody really is paying attention to, or even somewhat paying attention to until February. So I already anticipate that. You know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
and I think the next big release that everybody's got their eye on, it looks like it's going to be those reimagined fours. Or am I tripping?
Not. Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. Absolutely. I mean, I don't think anybody can really deny that one.
Yeah. They've grown on me. I said I was gonna skip, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and just go ahead and try my best to try to secure a pair.
Hmm.
Dunks think it's not gonna be necessarily an easy cop, but I also seen somebody posted in the Discord, I believe it was Manny, that there's supposed to be over 500,000 pairs of those. I don't know if there's any
Hmm.
proof to that or not, so allegedly, but um, I say this: if you put in the footwork, if you really want them, I think you should be able to obtain them. Um, and that's the best way I can say it. It's not probably going to be an instant sellout, I don't think, but Dunks think it's
I
going to
mean,
be.
that probably still. I mean, honestly, maybe they'll do slightly better than the gratitudes.
The gratitude's there pretty well though.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying these will probably do slightly better, if anything.
Yeah,
Like that's not and that's not saying much.
yeah, this is true. But the gratitudes, there was a lot of pairs, but that's an 11 though. I feel like the
And
11,
this
I
is a
don't really
four,
count it,
so
huh?
it's kind of like this. Saying this is a four, so it's kind of like they kind of hold that same status.
Not necessarily, in my opinion. The thing is with the 11s, anybody knows the 11s is gonna come out each and every year. People
Yeah.
who normally don't go after sneakers are gonna go grab a pair of 11s, and you get them in the full size family run. You know what I mean? So, are
Okay.
we getting these rare reimagined in a full size run?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I would assume if it's 500,000 pairs, maybe so. But a lot of people don't really know about the fours compared to the 11s. If you ask me, I'm saying the 11s, you got non sneakerheads coming out to grab these. You know what I
Well,
mean?
I mean, are you basing it on a traditional that they're gonna drop every year, or are you basing it on like I say, the status of what the shoe is?
I'm just basing it on the status of what it of that it's gonna drop every year. No,
Oh,
every
well, then, yeah,
11.
if you're basing it on any of that, then yeah, the 11's gonna have it by just off that popularity. But if you're
Exactly.
basing it off just the shoes themselves, I think that they will do equally as good with the sales.
I mean, yes, sales wise, but I mean, but as far as like selling out, I can't. I still think the 11 still trumps the four overall. Not I like the four more too, and probably the sneaker community
Oh yeah,
feels
of
that way
course.
too. But I'm saying like the 11's gonna bring out the non sneakerheads and everybody else who thinks they're a sneakerhead. You know what I'm saying? When they really
Yeah, of
don't
course.
really
Oh
know
yeah,
it like that. Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? That's a different ball game. But let's see all we got in the chat real quick. Brian Williams says Jay Jones fire shoes and got the movie emoji. Kanathan says what's up? What up? What up?
yep.
Manny with the kicks in the building says what's good? What up, Manny?
What's going on?
We got Divine Photos in the building says yo what's good? Um, the Slayer says yo Sneaker Familia, and that's family in Spanish to the best of my knowledge. Devon Photo says, I'm not gonna lie, those Jordan Crafts Irie threes do kind of remind me of a poor man's Year. And I'm assuming y'all are talking about is that the threes that we were talking about in the Goodfellas
Yeah,
meeting?
yeah, and we
Okay.
said that. Yeah, we said that last night that they were poor man's I'm on my hair. We said that in the Goodfellas chat. So you see,
I'm
they
I'm not impressed with those that keep it 100. I'm not impressed with those.
okay, and that's
Um,
fair. You know, I mean,
I don't like
we
that.
did our we tried to do our our due diligence last night and try to get you
Yeah.
to
I'm not a fan of that logo, the Nike logo and Jumpman logo, like on top of each other type of. I'm not a
what about the double jump man on the tongue?
matter of fact. I'm gonna just share my screen. I'm gonna pull them up because to be honest, I just once I saw that like the back of it, I wasn't really too fan of it. So it's a Jordan 3 and it's calling them the ivory
The
joints. Is that?
craft.
I'm gonna put Craft. Okay, cool. I'm gonna share my screen. Craft Ivory is what's actually coming up in the search. So I'm gonna just get some visuals to see what you're talking about, to see if I can find this double jump man. I see what you're talking about. It doesn't look bad. I'm gonna share my screen, everybody. Boom. Um, the double jump man in the front. I just now noticed this. I know you did tell me about it Friday, or yesterday, I should say. But I'm just not noticing that part. Like I said, I don't know. It doesn't look bad.
Come on,
No,
just
no. Let me clarify what I'm saying. The tongue pause don't look bad, but the shoe as a whole, I'm not a.
just
I'm
the shoe as a whole before you turn it around. Pause. Pretty much
yeah. The
before
shoe
you
as a
get to that
whole,
back tab.
yeah. That back tab, I don't know, and it's a little overly aged. Like I don't know, man. I'm tired of the overly
I mean,
aged.
yeah, they could have toned that aging down a bit.
Yeah,
Because you gotta think it's already a bit aged. So think about that aging in a year's time.
yeah,
You
exactly.
know.
Like yeah. So I'm like not to sound like a hater or anything. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah. So like it's just not for me. Um, Let me touch the rest of the chat real quick, and then we're gonna cover tonight's topics and get the party started, man. Let's see. Let's see. Divine Photo says you see the prices of the reimagined white cement threes are in the 300s. Did not see that, even though those did technically hit what they were. I know they hit outlets, but they were also at Ross too, right? So
So do you feel like these ivory slash crafts? Do you think that they are gonna have something to do with the price increase on the reimagines and the I'm year threes?
maybe the I'm on years, but I don't see about the reimagined threes. But it could be both. But I don't. I can see how a lot of people are. I know are mumbling and comparing this to those I'm on years. Um, maybe because I have I'm on years. Maybe why I'm not really paying these as much of attention. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Just not really doing it for me. And I know I'm the type that probably changes my mind the day of something like that too. But I don't see myself changing my mind about these.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. And like I say, I mean, it's definitely not a shoe for everybody, but like I say, the ones who do want it, obviously, we see, we see
Yeah.
what they did with it or tried to do with it,
Yeah. So we're gonna touch on tonight's topic and then we're gonna just keep the party rolling. So tonight's topic, we're gonna be talking Snipes founder Seven Both steps down as CEO. So we're gonna be talking about that. A lot of these companies are really starting to, I don't know, the market is kind of just in a weird place retail wise, you know what I mean? And Dunks, I think it was you telling me what right before we started live, you said you guys are just now getting the Snipes over there.
JD.
You're just now getting a JD. Okay, yeah. So Snipes
Yeah.
is kind of like that, but it's its own thing. So I
Mhm.
guess it's still more of an East Coast thing right now. And then we're gonna also touch on the retail industry returns to normal. Experts weigh in. So and I want to clarify what they mean by normal because if you think about it, inflation's at an all-time high, inventory access, and just stuff. A lot of stuff set last year. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? So I'm very curious about how this year is gonna be. And then also basically the shoe prices did rise slightly in December. but at the same time, that's how it is during the holiday time. I'm very curious where the market is headed right now. You know what I'm saying? So we'll start with this Snipe situation real quick. J Rod in the building says, "What up? What up, J Rod?" Manny
Yo,
with a kick says, "What's up, Polo and Dunk Sold Out family? What up, Manny's?
yo, what's up?
What up? What up?" Let me share my screen again right here. Boom. Devon says, "Salute to Manny." Says Snipe founder 7 false steps down as a CEO, and this was put out January 12th. So let's see. Snipes SE founder is stepping down from his role as a CEO effective on Friday. So he literally just did this. Says moving ahead, the CEO will remain with the German footwear retailer as a founder and will primarily focus its expansion in wholesale product trends and innovation collaborations in the U.S. business in a 2-year transition before moving into a consulting role in January 1st, 2026. So he's still going to be getting bread and still he's going to be living comfortably. He ain't really even stressing this. You know what I mean? It says a as Voth prepares to step down for his next phase, Dennis, and I can't pronounce the last name, so I think it's Schroeder. Pause because that don't sound right. Says who has been a general manager of the company since April will take over responsibility for the sneaker and streetwear retailer as the CEO. So
So
very
from
curious.
a PR to a CEO, jeez,
Yeah, I know talk about a promotion. You know what I mean?
dang man.
Yeah. We have snipes here. I've been in a couple, but I've never ever hit. I tried to cop online. It's supposed to be better bot protection, but I've never hit on snipes. And I know Dunks, you probably never heard of them, but I think it's
No,
more
I
so.
heard of Snipes, but when I think of like Snipes, I don't know. I kind of get like a Journeys type vibe from them. I don't know why. I
Oh,
just get like a Journeys type
why?
vibe. I don't know. I don't know. It just seems like one of those stores, and then nothing against Journeys, but it just seems like one of those stores that's just crammed with useless stuff.
Yeah. Like no, but it's actually kind of like a it gives me what am I thinking of? Um it gives me it's not like a Journeys and all that
Yeah,
type of
yeah.
stuff because Journey them is like that. It's an actual foot store like
Oh yeah,
Foot
of course.
Locker and them or who am I thinking of? JD Sports and Finish Line. They kind of give me that vibe. At one point I thought they
Okay.
were the same thing, but I guess not. So but yeah, that's
Okay.
what the vibe they give me. They give me JD Sports and Finish Line vibes.
Gotcha.
That's what I feel like it. But I can see why you think that though. Let's see. Manu with the Kick says Divine, Kwame, Slayer, J Rod, salute. The Slayer says, got the strong arms and the raising hands emojis for the Manny with the kicks. It says, in a statement on Friday, Vault called Snipes his life work. Snipes will always be a part of me. He said, I realize that it's time for me to hand over the baton, I'm sorry. And Dennis is already enjoys the recognition of all colleagues in the company after a very short time. He brings experience from the retail business and a lot of brand knowledge and is already noticeable, enriching the company with his experience and ideas in a very short space of time. So yeah, that was very generic answer here. Says prior to doing, I mean, I'm just saying you can tell a lot of this stuff is already pre-written.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I mean? These people don't
Hmm.
talk like that in real life, in my opinion. Um, it says prior to joining Snipes last year, Schroeder must. Oh, so this dude literally becomes the CEO after just joining them for like over a year. That's it. Damn, how the hell you get promoted that fast?
I don't know. It seemed like some. Hey, I'm I'm gonna get out of this. So let's just put the first Joe Smo we see. So let the heat fall on him.
Are they
Hey yo, you've been doing a great job, man. Let me talk to you.
the right person at the right, you know what I mean? It's kind of
Hmm.
one of those they probably
Well, I
handed.
would hope it's not one of those type of situations, but
I mean,
that does seem like just fishy. If he was, for one, if he was just a GM, and then he was only with the company for a year, it would make more sense if he was, say, an RM. You know what I'm saying? Or a
yeah,
D, or maybe even a DM. You know,
yeah,
but
or something.
just a general manager. You know.
Yeah. Says most recently served as a general manager at 11 Team Sports. Never heard of them. Have you heard of 11 Team Sports before?
Maybe it's just like a corporation that all of the places fall under. You know.
Maybe. And it says, and founded the startup Team Sports AI. Previously, he held a strategic role at Nike, including global strategic account director and Puma. So he's worked around the industry and he's got the experience from what it seems like.
Hmm.
But he
But
still hasn't.
but having but having the skills like to work for someone, you know, and
That's
having the
different.
skills
Yeah.
to be the boss, are two different things, because you can be all this director of operation and all this good stuff, but you're still doing that for someone. But when you're now the CEO, is a completely different role. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So listen, hopefully he transitions well.
I don't see why he wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're gonna let him take down the company. I hope not anyway. You know what I'm saying? But then
Oh yeah,
again, it still sounds a little suspect to me, if you ask
mhm.
me.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, especially just after a year.
yeah, I mean, it says as the founder and longtime standing CEO, Seven says has shaped Snipes for over 25 years and uniquely positioned its strategy. Says Seven has made Snipes what it is today. I'm looking forward to continuing his history of
Yo, you
this
froze.
this great company. Thank you. Fix that. Give me like 2 seconds. Hold on. Give me like 2 seconds, everybody. My bad. Good look, Dunks.
Oh yeah.
Should be back in action right now. Boom.
Yep.
Um, where I leave off, it says he's made Snipes what it is today and is looking forward to continuing the history with a great company in my new role. Says Schroeder pause says who now chairs the board of managing directors. So this is the new guy speaking. Says it was only in 2023 when Snipes appointed three additional managing directors. Dennis, now CEO, Peter Bose, which is the COO, and Daniel Boyer, which is CRO. This is a German company too, so a lot of these names, I'm gonna be honest, I never even like at least these last names I haven't heard before.
Okay.
Alongside,
Or can't even pronounce, huh?
yeah, exactly. Like the next guy says, alongside with Tim. Okay, I can pronounce that. The next one is Speaking Boom. Like literally, it's like SPICKENBOM. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I'm very curious why it's making that change. If this guy had been in a position for 25 years, to be honest, maybe he's just ready to retire. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, you know what I'm saying. But he's still gonna be working hands on.
Mm-hmm. He
Says,
said he's gonna fall back pretty much, but he's still gonna hold that title for a while, right?
yeah, yeah. So Snipes is a company with a great philosophy and incredible USP and employees who are keen to being more than a retailer and help shape the future of Snipes and its role in the global street culture. Uh, commerce says Schroeder. Pause. Added. All this certainly comes with a lot of responsibility and a lot of work. I'm not afraid of this situation because that's exactly what I set out to do. So you can tell, I feel like he's had good positions, but this is probably his biggest role to date, probably. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Um, says Voth, who sold the majority stake of Snipes SE to the I'm not even going to pronounce that name. Says Group in 2021 founded the company in 1998. So they just started around in 1998, but it's still a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Still a long time, yeah, but still, I mean, still fairly new,
Yeah. It says has developed its overall years into billion-dollar group with over 750 stores in 12 countries. And you said you guys don't even have one yet, right?
Yeah, no.
Maybe it may expand this year sometime or in the near
You say
future.
how many? 1,500 stores?
750. So that's kind of small.
Jeez. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a very small number. Yeah,
Yeah.
very small number.
What I'm getting is probably mostly East Coast based,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Uh
Yeah.
Let's see. Snipes first entered the U.S. market in 2019 with the acquisition of Kicks USA. I remember when there used to be a Kicks USA.
You see, that's 2019. That's only what 5 years ago. So
Mhm.
still very new to the United States. At you know.
Yeah. And then it says the company further cemented its American footing with the um, combining of Jimmy Jazz in 2021. So I guess they've done some. So they've expanded, but I remember Jimmy Jazz too. Mostly, I still think it's just the East Coast based store.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna just leave it at that. So we'll see how this goes. And then I also just want to talk the current retail industry says in 2024, the year the retail industry returns to normal, experts weigh in. Um, and what I think they mean by that, before I even start reading into the article, man, let's just face it, we've had a lot of stuff been sitting over the years in these stores. I know for the last past 2 years, it's been kind of great to be a sneakerhead for the most part. For the most part, right? There's still going to be some of those shoes that are going to be hard to cop no matter what, like a Travis or something. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
That's just going to come with the game. But like for the most part, and a lot of this stuff we've seen hit outlets, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily a bad thing, but yeah, it's market's definitely down. In fact, it's really hard to sell a shoe. This is the third time I've re-enlisted those on my year 5 since I got them. You know what I mean?
Jeez. I thought
Yeah.
you'd been sold those.
Nope. Dunk said, remember when I brought up, you ain't sold them yet? No.
Yeah.
Let me clarify. Yes, but the person never pays, and then it's I'm back in another loop, so I can't
Yeah. Yeah.
can't ship them to them if they don't pay for them.
Oh yeah.
So if I'm feeling it, I know these retail stores are feeling it, even though they're getting this stuff at wholesale prices.
Yeah.
Um, so let me hit the chat real quick. Let's see. The Slayer says Snipes doesn't even sound anything related to sneakers. I can see that. It's not an eye-catching name like Foot Locker. You can think, okay, cool, that's obviously gonna be a foot store for shoe. You can think that. Journeys, I can see that, even seeing how people could get, what I'm saying? But Snipes does.
Journey sounds more like a outdoor adventure store.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure you can tell they're gonna sell a shoe though. But yeah, I can see that.
Because Big Five doesn't sound like a like a sporting store.
Which one?
Big Five.
Big Five. Who is that? Like, I don't even think I've heard of them.
No,
Yeah.
Big Five, the sporting store. Remember we talked about them the other day. They were one of the chains that were doing good in the shoe sales.
I don't
No,
remember.
sorry, I was thinking Dick's. I'm sorry, Dick's.
Pause.
Dick's
Yeah.
Sporting Goods.
Yeah. You talking? Yeah. I was like, what you say?
Big Five. That's
Big
a
Five.
different store. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? I
Yeah,
don't remember talking. You had me thinking like, dog, is what kicking in right now? Like,
yeah.
tripping?
I'm
Like,
sorry. Yeah, Dick's Sporting Good, but yeah, it's a completely different store. I'm thinking of something else.
yeah. I was about to say. Devon Photo says we have Snipes in NY. I'm not really big on them. Snipes pretty much replaced the old store we used to have called Jimmy Jazz. Okay, cool. And we just kind of read that in the article. Okay, cool. We had some Jimmy Jazzes here, but I'm pretty sure that's usually how it is when one company merges together. Ultimately, they end up taking just one name. I
Mhm.
guess Snipes was doing better than Jimmy Jazz at the time, so they just turned them all into Snipes. Um, if what I'm getting from it. Kwame says Jimmy Jazz used to have stores by me in NY, but they've been gone for a while now. Yeah. So, and let me just touch on this article real quick. In 2024, the retail industry returns to normal. I also want to talk. Let's see. I know Lululemon closed a couple stores, but I don't necessarily know what all they sell. But I know they do sell some sneaker stuff. But I see that's coming up in there. And then off-price retailer brand Alley buy sneaker resale the unit. So I do want to touch on the resale market too to see where that is and if there's any hope for that. That's my thing. I don't see how the resellers are making it, with the exception of the like eBay. That's different because they've been doing their thing. They're not gonna. I don't see them going nowhere no time soon. All they did
Yeah.
was really enhance their stuff. You know what I mean? But the actual ones, like, let's see, like a lot of people that opened up all these resale stores, especially the ones in my area, I don't see how they're doing it. If the retail stores are probably struggling, if the retail stores are having to close stores, what do you think a resale store is gonna have to eventually do?
All I'm gonna
Make
say is this: almost every day, or at least every other day, I'm getting an alert from Goat that the price has dropped on something. So,
yeah,
you
which I think that they are charging like if you do ship it in early, they're charging like or who was that? Um Goat, and then they're also merged with dang, what are they merged with? The other store that's
Fight Club.
based out of yeah, Flight Club. You know, Flight Club, some people used to drop their stuff off and have their stuff on consignment, and now they're charging them people a fee to hold their stuff. So
Yeah.
everybody's feeling it. Inflation is the word that we need to take away from this, you know. Um
Yeah.
everything being nickel and dime right now. From
Because
what
I mean, what's the good of making goods affordable if, but but the pricing of the necessities are so high you can't really enjoy, just just the small things in life,
facts. It says in 2024, the year the retail industry returns to normal, experts weigh in. Says with the 2023 almost at the rear view, which it basically is, analysts in retail,
Almost.
huh?
So what do you mean almost? It's over.
Yeah, this article is slightly old though, so but it's still definitely worth talking into because they're bringing it
Oh
to
yeah.
2024. So it's from the end of December, so that's what they mean because they just dropped it like I guess technically a few weeks ago. Says analysts and retail experts are making their predictions for what they expect in the retail industry in 2024. Says 2023 was a year of characterized by inflation, inventory, excessive and bloated wholesale markets, making it particularly challenging for one footwear and apparel retailers. As looking ahead to start 2024, we're likely to display some carryover effects for the prior year, though a return to normal could be on the horizon. Uh, if the market gets better, I'm very curious where it's going to be because right now, man, I don't. I'm not saying there's no money to be made, but in my opinion, reselling shoes right now is not like quit your day job money. If you ask me,
I mean, I honestly don't think that it ever was.
I never thought it was either, but a lot of people were doing that, and I feel like a lot of that stuff was overly fabricated too. You know,
Oh yeah.
Manual the Kick says facts, divine, cool spot to cop GRs. Okay, got you. But yeah, I don't think it was never quit your day job money, but a lot of people did quit, and I feel like a lot of that stuff is overly fabricated. You know what I mean?
Oh
And
yeah.
even right down to I seen where we do have some lineups for all the sneaker cons that we're anticipating this year. I don't know if people really go there and show out like they used to, and I mean like really
I
drop a
mean,
lot of money in
and
there.
that I'm sorry, but that's another thing too. I never really. I get in the beginning, but like at the point it's at now, it's like nobody is even really wearing like shoes like that anymore. People are mainly wearing like Travis Scott's and like just outrageous like the shoes like the Swarovskis, stuff like that. Pretty much it's a pissing contest at this point,
Yeah, true.
Like they're
Yeah,
like literally taking the Travis Scotts and customizing them and stuff like that, Like it's not even the shoes themselves; they're custom shoes now.
yeah. Um, this is true. You think everybody just either buying hype or nothing at all?
Yeah, it's like it's just like I said, it's just a big pissing contest now. People walking up there with $10,000, $20,000, not buying a damn thing.
I feel
Just
like that, in my opinion, though, to be honest, and I can't prove this, so this is allegedly. I feel like when you see that stuff, I feel like it's borderline staged and it's not really a real thing. I don't think they're really doing that. You know
well,
what I
I
mean?
mean, well,
I
you
know you
think
see the bit. I know you see
what
the
part of
bit.
it is staged? Like, what do you mean?
As far as like whenever they go to do $10,000 cash out, this, that, and the third, or like,
Oh yeah, like those. Oh yeah. I would say I say this in the beginning. No, it probably wasn't, but because it was such a popular thing, it became like a trend. I feel like where like, hey, we can guarantee to get views if let's just bring some dummy money. Like they can't see it on camera.
yeah, True. Yeah. That's what I said.
But
I feel like a
I
lot of
feel
that.
like somewhat in the beginning, it probably was true. There were
Maybe.
people walking
Yeah.
around the sneaker cons ready to cash out people like that. But like I say, it became just one of those things where everybody thought they could do it, and whether it be the money that's fake or the shoes that's fake.
Yeah. And don't forget that one time we covered where it was that, remember the dude that used to travel around with SneakerCon but wasn't affiliated with SneakerCon, and he was doing a little card trick joint.
Oh, they're trying to hustle him and
Yeah.
got his
And
card pulled.
and they shot him. Remember? Somebody
Oh yeah,
shot him.
yeah, yeah.
There
So
was
yeah,
like three
they
of
tried to
them.
hustle him and got his card pulled. They
Yeah.
wrong hand, buddy.
Yeah. What happened with that situation? I think people just caught on that he was playing them. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So, and this was a peak where everybody got some form of protection. So, it says, let me get back to the article. It says, according to a 2024 investment strategy report from BMO Capital Markets Chief Investment Strategy Brian Belinsky or Blutsky, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, the performance of the U.S. stock market in 2023 laid the foundation for a path of normacy for earnings growth, validation trends, and price performances that are likely to unfold to the next 3 to 5 years. But we're steadily seeing stores closed too, man. So I'm very curious if things, whatever the new norm is gonna be, you know what I mean? Um, and like what we normally would pay for something now, completely different ball game of what it is now. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So um, I don't. Hopefully, we don't see any more like price increases on some of the stuff that really don't need to increase anymore. I mean, what are dunks at now? They're like at minimum 115. The Air Force One. We remember when it was $65, and now it is up to what 100 and it's over 100 something now.
Well, we've seen it get 150. So
Yeah, and that just depends. Speaking of that, we do have the Craigs coming out next week too. We'll talk about that towards the end of the live. We're talking about those black Air Force Ones that we see on the sneakers app.
mhm.
Um, let's see. Belinsky said he believes that the U.S. stocks will see a positive return in 2024, and will be all while demonstrating more of a broadly disputed and fundamental defined performance related to the last decade or so. In other words, normal and typical. Okay, so we shall see. He thinks
And is he speaking this in like economy terms or just in sneaker terms?
I think he's just talking I hope he's talking a little bit of both, but I think he's
I hope
talking
he's only
economy.
speaking in sneaker terms.
You think he's only speaking in sneaker terms?
Yeah, because economy wise, I don't see how he can assume that stocks will be up. You know,
Yeah, I mean, that stock market stuff. I've always thought it was just kind of like somebody. You're either just lucky and making your best educated guess is what I'm getting from that.
you just gotta understand numbers and everything. I feel like with that stock number and with that stock market stuff, gotta understand numbers, understand money, and know how and when to move it and stuff.
Yeah, true. Some I don't even want to play
And
with.
then it's just something I never was really ever interested in. Not
Yeah,
more power to the ones who do and who are educated in that because like I said, you can make a lot of money or you can lose a lot of money.
true, true. Is as for the state of the U.S. consumer, it's difficult to predict what might it look like in 2024. Consumer spending, especially in disciplinary categories like footwear, was challenged throughout 2023 and experienced a sizable drop off in the fall. More recently, however, some retailers have reported a strong start to the holiday season, which could signal early positive signs for 2024. I don't think you can count the holidays because everybody overly spends during the holidays for the most part. I mean, you got to
Yeah,
get
that's almost like a default.
yeah, exactly.
It's actually what some people only spend, or
Yeah,
other than the day to day. They Christmas is their big spending time.
yeah, true. Let me read through the rest of this. It says we don't really know exactly what direction that consumer is gonna go in next year. The analyst said, but told the Foot News in an interview earlier this month, it's about being able to play offense as the consumer gets better and being able to play defense if they're continuing to retreat. So
Yeah.
I guess you got to find a way to make people get back in the stores and want to spend money. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. You can do all the marketing you want to, but if people just ain't got it, do we really want to step out of our comfort zones to really go there? Um, one of the things that I said that I was gonna do this year, and I said that in the Discord meeting yesterday is, I noticed I bought way more shoes than I thought I bought last year. I want to just buy half of that this year. I know I skip a lot of shoes, but that amount I bought this year, I've been selected before, but I'm being really, really selective this year. You know what I mean? I don't want to borderline have a whole bunch of shoes I can't even get out the room anymore. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's just my thing with it. You guys definitely don't make it any easier for the kid, though. Says the value of equation. Despite the unpredictable factor, some analysts believe that consumers will continue to gravitate towards retailers and brands that offer value in 2024. Says the uncertain macro backdrops continue to expand the apparel of value across a wider set of consumers. Read in a special report for William Blair uh, Equality Research in December, mainly value centric retailers benefit from a stickier core customer as we as trade down effect across middle and higher income consumers. So I mean, people got to get the money to be able to spend it first, though.
True.
Says as such, discount retailers like Five Below, TJX companies, which owns TJ Maxx, okay, makes sense, and Marshalls. I ain't been in those stores in years, are emerging as the top stock pick among some analysts. I'm wondering how they're starting to get at the top, though. Are
Oh,
people
these
starting to,
third party stores.
yeah, like I'm very curious, like how that's
Because you
gonna,
got to think. Like I say, I think I brought this up last time too. Like I said, especially when it comes to, like, let's take these thieves for example. When you see stuff like that in there, you're more likely to buy it from there because it makes you feel more exclusive than going to this actual Nike store to get it because there's more selection there. You know, and these places they're not getting bad things. They do get some top brands.
yeah, I
And
was
for
about to say,
discounted
yeah,
rates.
yeah,
So so it's
I
not like
get,
they're just getting crap.
yeah, I get what you're
These
saying.
type of stores are really coming up, and I can see where here soon we'll even start to see even more designer stuff like in these type of stores.
You think so? You
Why
really
not?
think so? I mean, I don't see that one, man. I don't know.
I mean,
Maybe,
let's say
maybe.
we're already starting to see Nike show up in there.
But we ain't about to see
Because
no. We ain't
like
about
I
to see no
say,
Louis in there. I know we ain't gonna see no Louis in there. You think we
it's
gonna see some Louis in there?
if anything, it's only helping Louis Vuitton anyway.
How so?
Because they're still getting the sell off.
Yeah, but I don't see them. They're not. Those brands not gonna go to,
Well,
if they go in there.
I wouldn't necessarily even say stuff like Louis, but like just this, I guess, more smaller ones. I guess like you'll start to see more like authentic like polo and stuff in there. Stuff like that.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe yeah. That I'll give you that one.
Yeah,
I'll give you that one. Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah,
Um, so like I say, they're not necessarily bad stores. They come across some good things. And there's
yeah.
people who actually dedicate them like the channels to like these type of hauls and stuff.
What is it called? Like thrifting or something like that? Thrift
I mean,
shopping?
would you call a Marshalls or Ross Hall? Would you call that thrift? Thrift shopping, and
I,
you just call
a
that
little
just like
bit.
a Marshalls Hall, I guess.
Yeah, but I think that's like close to thrifting. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. I guess you could say, yeah.
I think it's in that ballpark. It's a gray
Hmm.
area, but it's in that
Hmm.
ballpark for
Yeah.
sure.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Let's see. Let me hit the chat real quick. Kwame says before COVID, you could get Jordans and Dunks at Marshalls. Um, didn't know that, but yeah, I have seen some people go do some like yeah, that's part of the some people's channels that they do that. Um, Let's see. The Slayer says, I feel like sneaker retail industry is gonna be fine for now, but it's only a matter of time before only top shoe stores survive. So possible. Let's see. Kwame says Marshalls get Gucci, sterling silver, jewelry, and all sorts of clothes cheap. Okay. It says LB don't do sales though. They have zero outlet stores. Yeah, this is true. That's what I said. LBs hold themselves up like they on another planet or something,
Oh
man.
yeah, of course.
Let's see. No hype in the building says salute family. What up, no hype? How you
Yo,
feeling? How you feeling? Y'all come in as y'all come in and join, smash that like button, man. I know I'm kind of freezing a little bit, but that's how just lags come sometimes, I guess. Let me read the rest through the article. It says December 7th. Note Jeffrey analyst Corey Tolo made a strong case for stocks in an off price sector, which have benefited from cost conscious consumers. TJX, which is TJ Maxx, should benefit from the speculative migration toward the off price sector, likely leading to share the gains from others, more traditional retailers. In our view, he wrote, says retailers across the board are also entering 2024 with cleaner inventory positions, which makes them less relevant on the promotions and markdowns to clear their product. So hopefully we should see better deals, is what I'm hoping. But they're gonna have to do some form of, I would say, maybe um, they're gonna have to do something to get the people really want to shop there. Because I mean, to be honest, we're really only being selective now. I know I'm not the only one that's just being selective. Um,
yeah, oh yeah. No, it's your money. Spend it how you feel is necessary.
Facts. Devon Photo says, I heard a dude found the Domebecker Vermeero at Ross for $60, but come to find out it was fake, and that is the risk of buying at stores, those stores. Facts. Thank you. That's another thing too why I never really shopped there. Um, it doesn't, that's definitely a risk. And if you want all your stuff real, some people don't care, some people do.
Oh yeah, and I mean, Marshalls and Ross and TJ Maxx and all these stores, they're not doing any legit checks.
Oh hell no. Hell no. Hey, a legit check. What is that? Like, yo, we just got them off the truck with the rest of our stuff. Yeah, but you guys know if it's real. You're gonna buy it or not? Is it gonna probably be the next question?
hmm I
Um,
mean, and in my um, and from what I've seen, the average worker is about I say 23 up till about say maybe 60 like women that's really working in these stores anyway.
oh,
Somewhere in
you
that
think
area.
it's majority women?
I mean, I've seen them, men, but for the most part, this is what I was seeing, and these, for the most part, women aren't legit checking, these shoes and stuff.
Exactly. I that if they even care, and it don't necessarily just have to be women. Probably just the people working there. Like, man, they just working there just to get their money and dip.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So it's
hmm
only good as the person caring.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like now eBay is becoming out of nowhere with it. But let me put it this way: if you find a pair of Jordan 1 Travis's in a store like that, I personally wouldn't trust it, or B, I would not tell anybody. Like I just wear them and tear them up, bro. You know what I mean? Because you already come on, bro. Them. I ain't no better man, but it almost likely not real.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all I'm gonna say. Let me hit the chat. No hype says much better. Glad you feeling better, homie. He says whose TVs is on blast. uh, we know who that is, man.
Yeah.
The Slayer says you gotta be selective nowadays. I appreciate every shoe, but doesn't mean I gotta buy all of them 100 facts. And no hype says fact Slayer, and I'm gonna say fact Slayer. You don't have to buy every single shoe. You know what I mean? I don't. I never hardly do. I get probably a bad rep for skipping a lot of shoes, but to be honest, I just really just want to buy what I like at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And also,
Oh yeah.
I'm on. I have other bills and I'm on a budget, just to keep it 100. Like, you know what I mean? I ain't
I
got it like
mean,
that. Like,
we were all in that boat, you know.
yeah. I remember one time, like, one of my family members did ask me if I bought every last one of them shoes, and I was like, look, no. I was like, heck no. I don't even think, even if I tried, I don't. I'll put it this way: I wouldn't be living comfortably if I did, if I can even afford to do that.
Oh yeah.
Um, let's see. Manuel the Kick says 85 100 salutes. Let me read through the rest of the chat. It says the industry is entering the holiday season with a much cleaner inventory position, down 5% last year, year over the year on the pure store basis. And it says it's generally taken much more constructive approach, which should help prevent overly irrational promotional behavior. Read the special report from William. Says, but we expect an elevate demand for the value to continue to weigh on prices in a discretionary categories. Says special events beyond typical industry trends. There are several large events scheduled in 2024 that could impact the state of the U.S. economy and retail industry. So it says for starters, and I don't see how this is going to affect it, but I'll see what it's saying. The 2024 Summer Olympics will have an impact on how brands, particularly those in the athletic space, leverage their marketing spend in 2024. So I'm guessing they got to find out another way to divvy out the market. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess with them having the Olympics, some of that money's definitely got to put more into
A
that
big,
versus just,
I would assume a big portion of that is going to the
yeah.
Olympics. You know.
Yeah, so I mean, to be honest, dude, I'm not saying Nike them don't do any advertising, but I feel like we borderline do all the advertising for Nike easily. You know what I mean?
I mean, exactly. They have walking billboards. You know.
Yeah. So, and I don't want to sound like I'm hating or anything like that, but I'm just we literally we speculate stuff before I feel like they even officially put it out. You know?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Um, so Nike them pretty much, and think about the people like me who do sneaker YouTube. We're free advertising for them because last time I checked, I don't think no particular sneaker YouTubers ever had a Nike deal. I'm not saying it won't come in the future, um, but yeah, we just literally good advertising for Nike. Them, no percentage off the sales, no nothing.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we want that, but I mean, if you're doing it for the pure love anyway, you're not really tripping. Um, Let's see. Let me read the rest of this. It says going into the Olympic year, I think there will be a lot of focus on product innovation and newness, and probably bigger marketing budgets heading into the Olympics for the athletic side. It says at the same time, allocating for the event could mean cutbacks in other areas as companies leverage their budgets. It says the 2024 U.S. presidential election could also impact the industries, according to the late December note from Morgan Stanley analysts led by Alex Stratton. Election uncertainty often pressures consumers' spending and comes with a lower than average mall traffic. So now during the holiday season, when I was at the mall, it was very, very packed in there. But I'm very curious if I was to just randomly walk in there, say tomorrow, could I see the same set of numbers? You know what I'm saying? You go to the mall. Remember where? And well, it's probably not a good thing to compare dunks, but where we grew up from. Our mall, we went there almost every day, and it was dead. But our mall didn't have nothing in there to really, you know what I mean?
Oh
If
yeah.
our mall was packed, it must have really just been holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
Surprised to see that joint is still open to keep it 100. But a lot of stores did close in the mall too. One thing that I've noticed in the mall, you can find a lot more, and I don't know about for you all, but you can find a lot more local stores coming in those malls now. You know,
Yeah. I
versus
mean, they gotta. Well, and do you think it's cheaper to rent out a like I say a mall space, or because I mean obviously it's smaller and utilities and all that are gonna be taken care of by the owner of the mall, whatever the
yeah,
space. Uh, but what benefits do you have? Because now you put yourself in more competition, with like stores who are on that same type of idea that you're on.
yeah. Um, I would say, oh, honestly though, they may have a little bit of an advantage of having a resale store in the mall. Because that thing about it, what about that person who really just missed out at Foot Locker? Then they can just go down there, and those guys should have them. You know?
Well, I mean, are you saying this from like the consumer standpoint or from the establishment standpoint?
Uh, well, I would say I said that more from the consumer standpoint, but you're talking as more so as the person owner. Like, what's the advantage of having it in the
Like,
mall?
what would you feel like would be more beneficial, a mall space or like say a storefront?
I think a mall space, man. You got more foot traffic. You know?
Yeah, but like I say, you also have a lot more like business,
Yeah,
like
but
instead of thinking the same way you're thinking.
yeah, the thing about it, a lot of people are gonna come to the mall anyway, and then you
Mhm.
get those people that are like, send some here. You know,
Well, yeah,
if you
but then
gotta,
they're gonna say that to that same other store that that's on the other side of the mall that does the same thing you do.
yeah, but you still got a better chance because a lot of people may check out both and do comparisons. If
Yeah,
you're
very
not,
true.
if you,
Yeah, especially if you have them in close proximity like that.
yeah, if you got a standalone store by yourself, that person really got to go out their way to really want to come shop with you. You know,
Yeah, no, that's
you
true.
got to
Yeah,
do
that's very
you're
true.
gonna have
Yeah,
to do more average. I feel like a standalone store, you're gonna do a lot more advertising to let people know where you at.
but yeah, but back to what you said about more foot traffic. You also have a higher risk of that product not being there because of, like you said, the more foot traffic. Whereas in that storefront or that standalone store, you know, is
Yeah,
not as likely to have it sold out.
yeah. So, and
I
then
can see the benefits to both, but I can see more towards the having like a mall space rather than having to deal with the
agreed.
storefront, because then literally all the bills are on you.
Yeah, exactly. And those standalone stores that we got here, I'll just say I ain't never seen it busy in there. I'm curious how they keeping the lights on. None of my business, but I'm just saying I'm very curious how they're keeping the
Yeah,
lights
because
on.
you don't really see. You're just now starting to really see like Hibbits starting to do their standalone stores, because they
Yeah,
weren't always like that. They couldn't always do that.
yeah, they were in the mall base. Ours was in the mall.
Very heavily mall based sneaker store, and now you're starting to see them open up these storefronts and and all that. And I get it, but didn't we just see that they closed them because they said they're gonna try this new up to date modern times style store, right? Which I feel like is more like boutique style, if anything.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they closed it. Yeah, they closed a lot of stores, and they said they're gonna revamp them.
Okay, I'm gonna update them a little bit.
Hmm.
I can see that. I mean, it ain't gonna hurt to try a few stores.
Yeah, no.
Says, however, while election years tend to be correlated with slower gains for the U.S. stocks, re-election years, as in this year for Biden, and with a stronger performance from the SP 500, BMO said noted, adding that potential market impact of the election is in a position to be positive. The results of the U.S. election could also have implications for the future of trend relations with China, an area that directly impacts the footwear industry. Oh, okay. I was wondering, say, how does
Yeah,
this
I was
come?
gonna say, what does this tie into anything? But
I
I
see
guess
what they
they,
mean now, though,
yeah,
because I mean, a lot of our products are made overseas, and if you,
pretty much, aka if we pissed them off, you know,
yeah, exactly. Don't upset the people. What's the saying? Don't bite the hand that
that
technically
feeds
feeds you.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it's like kind of they're doing a lot of the dirty work for us. I'll put it this way: it's cheaper to get the stuff made over there and have even getting it shipped over here, even though it is expensive. It's still cheaper to get the items made over there. The people
hmm,
work for less, from what I'm getting from it.
they work longer for less, pretty much.
Yeah, and they know if you bring something like that over here, hey man,
You want to
We
get
quick to
8 hours out of me, bro. You know?
yeah, you better be happy you get that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Better be happy you getting that. The Slayer says Hibbit just opened a store near the crib. Okay, that's what's up. So
See, exactly. If it's just, they're starting to do the storefront thing. Have you guys not gotten a
I don't
standalone Hibbit yet?
I don't think so, man. I'm gonna have to do a quick. I'm gonna put myself on the main screen just to do a quick search to see if we have one here. Hold on, give me like 2 seconds. I don't think
Because
we
I mean,
have
it'd
it.
be definitely nice for you, especially for nostalgia purposes.
Yeah, let me just see. I don't think we have a Hibbits here, bro. Like, I'm just gonna do a quick search on my screen real quick. I know what it is, but I don't
Oh
think
yeah,
we
of course.
have one here. I've never seen it anyway. And this Hibbit Sports is what it would be like. Maybe they're starting to expand more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah, let me see right here.
Hibbit. Remember we covered. Hibbit is one of the top stores right now, doing very well.
Okay, we do have some, but they're nowhere near like they're driving distance, but not worth driving there for me. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
about 40 minutes, 50 minutes away type.
more like probably like a few hours, man.
Oh yeah, nah. Oh no.
Yeah, like it ain't even work because that ain't even close to my town. If it was
Yeah.
30 or 40 minutes, hell, I consider that. Hey, you know what? If I hit, I'm
Hey,
willing to make that.
I
Yeah,
consider it a road trip. Yeah.
yeah, I'm willing to take that move. Yeah, I'm really take that 30 and 40-minute drive. Be right back. That's nothing. You know where we from. That's the hell
Yeah.
that where it took to go. That's how long it took to go almost anywhere. You know.
Yeah.
Um, Let me hit the chat real quick. Read that one. Then let me go back and we're gonna read out the rest of this article. Then we're gonna talk upcoming releases and wrap this thing up. Be on this joint for like another 15 minutes and we'll call it good for sure. Um, let's see. Let's see. Mature and reasonable trade with China is just a part of the dynamic for footwear consumers and for the companies like uh, Matt Priest, president and CEO of Footwear Distributions and Retailers of America, told Foot News in an interview. We continue to provide our feedback and guidance to policymakers on the importance of trade with China. As for China itself, a crucial sales region for several footwear brands. It remains to be seen in 2024 could be the year environment finally normalizes there. Says according to Morgan, he says the desired 2023 recovery in China was not as robust as the market expected. The uncertainty and weaknesses will likely persist through the first quarter of 2024, but demand pricing stabilization and more disciplined supply could be positive catalysts for 2024. So I'm guessing there are probably going to be better deals, and hopefully that means I don't know. Hopefully that means no more slowly price increases in the sneakers for us. Is what I'm hoping. What I'm getting from that one. You know what I mean? Um, we've seen these shoes like the Jordan ones used to be 160, now they're 180. You know, so those little $10 price jumps don't sound like much, but it is in my book.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, and let's face it, that 11 that we got, what was that joint? 250? No, it's 230,
Damn
right?
yeah. Yeah. Might as
230.
well say.
Yeah, I'm like,
I'm on my ears.
ooh, yeah. And it's crazy, right? Somebody hit me today on those.
The foams. I hear that these the Galaxies are supposed to be 250.
They were normally like 230 something anyway.
Yeah, well, apparently this year they're supposed to be 250.
Damn. I don't want them eggplants paused, but I do want if they're gonna do the galaxies, I gotta have them. I gotta have them. I gotta have
Oh
them.
yeah, they know people gonna pay for them. They know.
Yeah. Devon says, ain't no Hibbit in NYC. I think it's more, well, I thought it was more of Southern based, but I guess they out on the West Coast too, because Dunk's got them over there. So, I mean, they slowly probably expanding, is what it seems like to me. Yeah. So, I'm very curious. And it says shoe prices rise slightly in December, ending the year in a 0.2% overall. And yeah, so this was actually from percent over 2022, even though this article is from January 2024. So shoe prices rise slightly in December. So I mean that just come with the game though. But I think the one that probably sting me the most is seeing that Air Force One price rise up. Um, even though I don't buy Air Force Ones like that, but I said the $90 was a nice, comfortable price for. I used to tell people, if you're on a budget, and I think that's still the answer. If you're on a budget and you want a very versatile shoe, Air Force One is that shoe. I don't care what nobody
Yeah.
says. You know. Let's
Oh yeah.
see. Devon says those price increases. The reimagined breads are 215. You talking about the foes? The reimagined four is gonna be 215. Sheesh.
Yep.
That's gonna sting. But like I said, they've grown on me. I remember when I didn't really care for them like that, so not really tripping on them. I do say this: I don't want to see no more price increases though. To keep it 100.
Oh, then don't buy any more shoes.
I'm just
What's
saying,
gonna
like we
happen?
need. I know I need a break on. I need a break on retail wise. Like y'all, hey,
My prediction by the end of 2024, ones are gonna be 190.
they damn near that now.
Yeah, but by for sure, I say by the end of this year, they're gonna be there.
Well, I'm very selective on the ones now too. That's another thing. I think Jordan Brand need to take a break on the ones, bro. And I think we've said this before too. Take a break on the ones. You know, I feel like that shoe, especially with that being the one, we shouldn't have so many pairs as we do. You know,
Yeah.
and that's just my thought on it. Um, I think that's pretty much what all I got. We're gonna talk upcoming releases. Let me check this one last little article real quick. It says off price retailer brand A-Lee buys sneaker reseller that edit. We'll probably say that one for a later date. I don't really want to dive too deep into this one. Um, we're pretty much gonna close this right out in about 10 minutes. So upcoming releases, and then we should be good to go. I think the major thing that's on everybody's radar right now is definitely the reimagined fours. It was a shoe that grew on me. I didn't really care for them in particular, but now looking back on it, I think I actually, and it just be that way sometimes as a sneakerhead. Divine Photo says it will happen every year. Prices increase. So, and I think that's what Dunks is saying. And I mean, basically, what Dunks saying, don't buy shoes if you can't see the prices going up. Um, I feel like I don't know. We got to get the market back right in general right now. So I'm very
But
curious.
see, it's not. But that's not even the market. The that's just the economy that's doing that. You know, like
Yeah,
that's just
true.
something that we as a consumer can avoid. You can have the option to not buy that shoe on the resale market, but you can't avoid that
Retail.
manufacturer
Yeah,
price increase. You know,
yeah,
I
true.
mean, you can avoid it still by not buying that shoe, but if you really want that shoe, you're gonna buy it, and that's either way, retail or resale.
Yeah, this is true. Devon says the only reason for price increases is because people Nike see people buying resale prices. Yeah,
Exactly, and I
yeah,
said that before too. Like if they can pay
yeah,
this, they'll pay this.
yeah. So Nike said, hell, it's nothing compared to what somebody else is gonna try to do to resell our product. So hell, we might as well go up too.
They said
Um,
we can fetch $10,000 for Virgil shoes. I know they'll pay 190. You know,
right, right. Slayer says Jordan should definitely slow down on the Jordan ones. I think everybody's in agreement with that. Kwame says, got the court purple SB dunks low coming up soon. Okay. Let me look those up real quick. Because I want to get a visuals on some of this stuff. I know I did like upcoming releases, but some stuff are still steadily being added. So I'm gonna look those up real quick, see what those
it should
about.
be like the latest thing they added. Honestly,
Okay, cool. It's a court purple SB dunk. I think I seen that joint, but I just want to get another visual on it real quick. Let me see. Boom. Yeah, I think I got this. I'm gonna share my screen real quick, everybody. Like the white and orange joints, or no, it's the orange and purple joints with the gum bottom, or is it like a?
I think it's like black, right? They're like they look like black toes, but they're just purple.
Oh, okay. Where you're talking about where it's like a black toe, but it's got a purple heel.
Yeah, those.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Let me share my screen. So this is what Dunks is talking about real quick. Boom. Yeah, I see these. They do have two different ones, but Okay, cool. These actually do almost look like regular dunks, but I see that tongue being a little bit puffy to make it that's what gives it the SB status, I'm assuming. These
Yeah.
joints is clean though.
I was gonna say, how you feeling about these?
These are clean. These are fucking clean. I love them. Retail only, I'm with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with it. Like, you know what I mean? I could go for these. Yeah, I didn't know these were coming out, but they looking pretty clean. I like them. So Slayer says there are more colored Jordan ones than the crayons. It is. I mean, to be honest, they don't done. Take a break. I just say take a break from them right now. Won't
They've even switched material, so that's how you
yeah,
know they're done.
yeah. Take a break. Divine Photo says facts at Slayer. Divine Photo says Jordan 4s will be the next ones that are overkill. Uh, I can see that, but it's gonna take some time though. If the Jordan 4s are the next one, they're gonna overdo it. Maybe so. I can see that. Kwame says 115 retail on the SBs. They're on sneakers. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I didn't even see these loaded up on sneakers. I'm gonna double check. When they supposed to drop though?
Uh,
Let me see.
like next, like let's see, what is it?
Let
I
me
want to
see.
say like what
I'm opening up the app right
next
now.
Saturday. I want to say like next Saturday or the Saturday after.
Did you see those?
Yeah, like two
They
weeks.
did you see those? Welcome skateboarding dunks or those? The blazer joints. Are you in the
Yeah.
big on the blazers?
Uh, I saw them. Um,
Oh, I see these joints. Yeah, they supposed to drop on the 27th. My bad, but go ahead.
yeah, nah, they went for me. I like the bottom though, but they just went for me.
I feel you. It had that tearaway material as well. Like people are gonna skate them and stuff.
Ah,
Yeah,
nah,
like it's maroon underneath as it tears away.
yeah, no, I'm not. I can't even lie. Like I even checked on them like that.
Yeah. If you're not a blazer, I've never been a blazer person either. So I
Yeah,
mean,
so
yeah,
I'm not even gonna speak on them. I don't
yeah,
even
I can't
know
knock
nothing
you for
about
that.
them.
And we have also coming up this Tuesday is the joints Craig wore up in Friday.
Mhm.
Those black Air Force Ones, the black and white joints, but they're nicknamed them the Craig. They call them the Craigs. It's the one he wore up on Friday. They're pricing them at $155. You said your brother's looking at them, of course.
Yeah, I think people. What do you think about these year of the Dragon Lows?
Let me pull them up. Let me pull them up. Year of the Dragon Lows. Is it
Me
Jordan One
personally,
Lows?
yeah, yeah. Not for me personally, but I don't know. How do you think people are gonna treat these?
I don't think they're gonna get the respect they deserve, and I'm gonna share my screen again, everybody. I just pulled them up real quick. Pause. Um, they're okay,
Hmm.
but
I felt like it could have been way better in a high.
yeah, I don't like that material that they're doing on. I'm not mad
Well,
at the
even if they would
color.
have done that on a high, it would have made more sense. It would have looked better, you know.
Yeah, um, it's not bad, but it it's room for improvement.
For sure, of course. I mean,
I,
it's just in my opinion, it's a bunch of colors that don't go together.
well, it's got the green and maroon. It's hidden. It's hidden.
It does, but
I just don't
mm,
like them. I don't like
still
the way
gonna be hard to make sense of a fit with them, in my opinion.
yeah, I don't. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, these are gonna be hard to.
I mean, the bottom is about the only thing they got going for them, in my opinion.
They look okay. The bottom, let me see real quick. Like, cause the way my angle I'm looking at it, it's got like that clearish bottom. Look like
Yeah,
it should
like
glow in the dark. I'm not saying
the
it
paint
does or
bottom.
doesn't,
Yeah, almost. Yeah.
but it has glow in the dark vibes. Um, yeah. And these right here are already up on a fake site that I see that's pulling up on Google. So definitely won't even waste my time there.
What they hear the dragons?
Yeah, they
They're
have. You
pulling
can
up
just
on the fake sites. Oh hell no!
yeah, because it's at like a dot like RU, and I'm like, I don't think you're supposed to trust those. You know what I mean? Um, don't quote me though, because I don't really know, but I wouldn't buy from there, and that's all I'm gonna say. But the material on the back though, that gold like Jumpman, like the Air Jordan logo, the wing logo,
Hmm.
um, I like the material on that, but I don't like the way they got this green. It looks like a reptile type of.
Yeah.
But I
But I'm
get it.
saying they would have
I
made
get
better
why
shit on
though.
a high.
Yeah, I don't know. Just not for me. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Room for improvement is the nicest way I can put it.
Mm-hmm.
Kwame
Like
says,
those Year of the Dragon, the other first ones they did, those, and then the Year of the Rabbits.
yeah, I
Those,
remember those.
those are fire.
The brown joints, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually had these up too. I can put them up on the screen. Yeah, these were dope. Those were dope. Still is dope. Let's see. Kwame says dropping January 27th. Divine Photo says they're not bad. He says it is a limited, then the price will go up. If it's limited, the price will go up. Even the Jordan 2 lows, Year of the Dragon 1 looks better than the ones. So, and that's a bold statement considering how nobody likes the twos. That's a bold statement, Divine, but I'm not gonna argue it either. So I mean, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Um, Other than that, the only thing that's really on my radar for real, and I don't know when they're dropping, but those military blue fours, I gotta have them. I gotta have them. I gotta have them. If they're gonna do if they're gonna do the galaxies on the phones, I gotta have those. And if they're gonna do, we're supposed to get the Columbia 11s, I gotta have those as well. So, I'm not mad at what we got rumored to come out. Now I'm very curious, what are we going to get the among years that we're anticipating, like the fours that we were anticipating for quite some time, the way we wanted them to look. I'm curious if we're going to get that, because among years got to drop something, right? I would assume. So I'm very
Yeah.
curious what the next big on my year drop is going to be. Um, I have a feeling they're going to do the four, but again, I don't know. Um, I'm curious if any of the other brands are going to actually be able to keep the same level of success, because I feel like Union, um, that last drop they did, I just wasn't happy with it. Where he
Mm-hmm.
did the inspiration inspired from his wife. We didn't even that wasn't I don't even think that was in the top 10 sneakers. You know what I mean? So no disrespect. But yeah, I'm very curious if Union's gonna do their thing. And then who else? Um, that's probably a good collaborator that really hasn't had a really big major hit. I think my year, I feel like they're on the chopping block as far as like redeeming themselves with another good drop. I mean, the fives were good, but no, the fives were decent. But I'm gonna put it this way: if you missed them, I don't know how many people's really chasing after them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I mean, you gotta think they're not technically dead yet. So off white, you guys can still come back and take the crown. You know.
Yeah. It's gonna be very interesting to see if they do.
They're slowly, being, kind of getting pushed to the side, but they can still come back and still take over, like, because we know Off White can do it if anybody can do it.
I mean, they do it without Virgil though?
No, but there's got to be somebody in there that saw the same vision that that brother saw. You know what I'm saying? Somebody in there has to have seen things the way that he saw it. You know?
Yeah, valid point. So we shall see, man. Other than that, I think the next thing on the top block, we're all just anticipating those bread fours. And like I said,
The Ivory Threes.
some, not all of us, but
Those are early February. Let's not forget.
yeah, true. Devon says the Fear Jordan 4 is
Yeah,
coming forward to
that's
that.
another one. That's
Looking
another one I'm
forward.
looking for too. I
Okay.
actually was looking for those on the resale at one point. Remember when I was showing them to you?
Yep. You did. And
So I'm excited about that one too for sure. So
Devon says, you seen the White Thunder 4s, aka Panda Jordan 4s? No, I haven't seen those. I'll do a quick search real quick and then we're gonna wrap things up for here tonight. Jordan 4 Thunders. Let me see. I don't think I've seen them. You said it. Let me look them up. Jordan 4 Thunder. Devon, you be on it, dog. I see the yellow joints. I see. Oh, you're talking about the black and white joints. Okay, I know what you're talking about. These right here because they look like the Panda. Let me share my screen on this real quick. Boom. They're black, mostly black, and then I got actually to keep it 100. These aren't looking bad, I'm not mad at him. You know, it's a four. Like I don't know if you've seen them dunks or you're gonna look
The
them up.
all black with the white hits.
Yeah, it's got like that white speckle around that, and then the bottom of it is white. The only thing that's killing it for me, though, the reason I probably won't cop because I see that it has that Jumpman logo. I'm not.
Uh,
It's not bad though. I'll say this: if they come in like kid size runners for like the kiddos,
um,
for the kiddos,
I say for the aging purposes, it's definitely gonna be a nice shoe.
yeah,
Aging wise, it's gonna age very nicely.
yeah, I'm gonna get to the kiddos for these, man. They dope, but I don't think I'd buy them for myself. But yeah, that's crazy. We'll have this will be like the third Thunder because they did the Red Thunders, which I don't think the Red Thunders moved like that. And they did then you got the original Thunders, which is the black and yellow joints, and now you got the white Thunders. So interesting. So
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, too, this also makes me just remind me that Jordan Brandon is they're throwing whatever they can at the wall and see what sticks at this point with the cover, with the color
Yeah.
changing and stuff like that. And I'm honestly,
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of like, yo, I'd rather y'all literally kind of chill out and go to the drawing board if y'all got to a little bit. But
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell $1 billion company because I ain't never made $1 billion like them, you know. So
Yeah, tell me how to make a million till you make a million.
exactly. So who am I at the end of the day is what I'm saying, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
let's go ahead and wrap things up for tonight, man. We've been on this joint for an hour and 34 minutes. Appreciate everybody for coming through, showing love. Y'all smash that like button, sub up to the channel if you're new and if you haven't done so already. Of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I do is make content about sneakers, occasional try-on hauls, and y'all know we got Music Monday. May go live Music Monday, may chill for the holiday because it is a holiday. Martin Luther King Day for sure. Um, Definitely RIP and nothing but respect for what he's done. Um, Sign up for that sold out Discord. The link is pinned at the top of the chat. It is free to sign up. And other than that, man, we're gonna wrap things up for the night. And I'm gonna let Dunks take us out for the night, man.
Hey, thanks everybody for joining us. This was a good one. I'm glad everybody was here. Join us, and so yeah, this is an extended weekend. So everybody just enjoy that extra time you got off. If you've already had the time off, then just continue with that extended weekend that you get yearly. But yeah, besides that, man, just let's just get ready for what's to come, and yeah, we'll see you guys. If not Monday, Wednesday.
For sure, man. And we're officially out this thing, man. Peace, everybody.
Peace.